Madam Deputy Clerk, would you call the roll?
Dave Abdallah.
Here.
Thomas Berry.
Here.
Robert Constant.
Here.
Lisa X. Clayton. Here. Margaret Horvath. Here. Joseph Kaczynski. Here. Ray Musket.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Tonight we'll be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by our Crestwood National Honor Society students.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Then we have our presentation of City Hall volunteers. Ordinance Director Jack McIntyre, please go ahead.
Thank you. So in 2015, Michelle, who's here tonight, she's our clerk in the ordinance department, had come to me and said that she had been talking with another employee in City Hall that had utilized some students from the Crestwood National Honor Society, and so she contacted Miss Johns at Crestwood, and the first year we had 3 students come that year. We participated again last year. We had 8 students, and this year we had 16, over 16 actually. So much that we spread the wealth, and some worked in the mayor's office. We had some in the water department, our building department, our assessing office, of course, ordinance. And I can't say enough about these students. I know parents that are here tonight and parents at home are very proud of these kids. They are outstanding. They're all self-starters. They all came in very eager to do whatever we asked them to do. They worked together as a team. They worked independently. And a lot of them, even after they got their hours in, would call Michelle and ask if they could come in on their own time. So I think they liked coming here. So we can't say enough about them. We're so thankful for them. So tonight, Michelle's going to come up. We wanted to present them with something.
Can Zainab Hader come up, please?
Thank you very much.
Good job, thank you.
Nadia Shepley.
Nadia also helped me with another event that we had. It was a trunk or treat, and she brought a bunch of students that day, and they helped a lot of kids decorate pumpkins. So.
Dina Busi. Judy Anani. Marty. Where's Marty at? Here you go. Ishra Hassan. Hassan. These 2 are sisters.
Jacqueline worked in the assessing department.
And Sanders.
Again, I just want to say congratulations to Miss John. She's organizes this group at Crestwood. These are some really, these are not the norm. They're better than the norm. These kids are amazing. They're going to do great things. We're all very proud of them, so thank you.
We really are. Thank you.
Yeah, let's get maybe 6 or 7 folks down here on the yellow step. We're a little spread out a little too wide here, so.
So you want them to sit on the stuff?
Hey, well, just have a couple stand on the step, so we got two levels. So let's get maybe 6 or 7. There you go.
High school, still learning English.
The taller folks in the all right.
We get these kids on the watershed
Here
street.
we go, folks, right here. Smile.
heard Charlie's son is still coming in.
The kid said he
Folks, if you would join me out in the lobby, I'm going to come down.
Give everyone a minute to get out in the hall with our emergency preparedness manager / photographer.
Yeah, I thought he was here to see us. Guess we're not popular. We're left with the department heads.
All right, the next item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilwoman Clayton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to approve the order of business November 28th, 2017, regular meeting of Dearborn Heights City Council as presented.
Second by Councilman Kozinski. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion, please state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the November 14th, 2017 meeting.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kozinski.
minutes of the City of Dearborn Heights formal council meeting held on November 14th be approved as submitted.
Support. Second.
Support by Councilman Musket. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion, please state aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 5, public hearing and comment on pending agenda items on this agenda. Any comments on our pending agenda items? Any comments from anyone on any pending agenda items? Hearing none. The next item, item 6, fund transfers and current claims.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kozinski.
move that current claims 6-1 through 6:30 be approved as submitted.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Clayton. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 7, A, consideration of bids. New carpet for the Caroline Kennedy Library Program Room from Director Mike McCafferty.
Mr. Chair,
Councilman Musket.
I move council concurs with Director McCafferty in requesting the city go out for bids for new carpet in the program room. After the winning bid, there would be a budget amendment request to cover the cost. There is sufficient room in the fund balance to make such request as outlined in 7A.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Clayton. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion, please state aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 7B, new carpet for the Caroline Kennedy Library Youth Area.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilwoman Clayton.
I move City Council concur with our Library Director, Michael McCaffrey, and approve the request to go out for bid for new carpeting in the youth area as outlined in 7B.
Second.
Second by Councilman Abdullah. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion, please state aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 8A from Mayor Pletko, Water Service Contract Amendment Number 3.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilwoman Horvath.
I move that the council approve amendment number 3 to the water service contract with the Great Lakes Water Authority as outlined in 8A.
Second.
Second by Councilman Abdullah. Any discussion?
Mr. Chair?
Councilman Musket.
I guess it would be the mayor needs to answer this question, I assume. Sure. When is this all going to be over with? When is this all going to be finished? And I mean, it's all we see is bills from the attorneys on this contract. And when is this going to be settled and everything be put to bed?
Are we talking on 8A or?
Yes.
That is a service agreement between Great Lakes Water and City of Dearborn Heights. I'm not sure that I understand.
Well, I see in the bills that the attorneys put out of all the Great Lake Water Authorities with the CSOs and all of this. When is that all going to be finished? Do we have any idea?
Well, the CSO basin is not with Great Lakes, but we're trying to get Wayne County to transfer the CSO basin.
Okay.
And that is, in fact, we have meetings on it almost every week. I think it's taken too long. I think Mr. Miyake would agree, and Dan Brooks. We only have so much control, but we keep moving on that, but that is not related
Okay,
to this
thank you.
item.
Right. That was just my little note here for explanation.
Yeah, the reason we keep advocating for it is it will result in $200,000 of savings to the community in water charges. So that's why we want to pursue it, get the county out and contract it out to a private contractor.
We approved that a couple of years ago, didn't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the forming of the authority and then the buying of the...
No,
This is the CSO
CSO,
basin, which is
yeah.
in Edward Hines, just before Telegraph. And we found a contractor who would be able to do the same work that Wayne County. The difficulty is we always get a budget amount from Wayne County, and then there were these extra charges. So what would be, we thought we'd have to incur $200,000 or $250,000 in costs, and next thing you know, we get $450,000 of invoices. So we found an outside contractor who said, no, firm contract $250,000, we can do the whole job. Well, we had to get the authority of Wayne County in order for the transfer to take place so we can subcontract it out.
Okay. Yeah, I toured that facility with Watershed Stewards years ago. I think the council did too. I think the whole council saw it. Mm-hmm. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 8B, from Mayor Paletko, Dearborn Heights Police Officers Association Agreement.
Chairman.
Chair?
Councilwoman Horvath.
I move that the council approve the agreement between the City of Dearborn Heights and the Dearborn Heights Police Officers Association and give authorization to the mayor and the city clerk to sign it.
Support.
Support by Councilman Musket. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 8C, also from Mayor Paletko, participation agreement and assignment agreement regarding the purchase of the Warren Valley Golf Course and Banquet Center.
Yeah, point of order. Our attorney, Mr. Miyake, would like to address this. I put a placeholder in here, but
Right.
he has the information.
Yeah, why don't you update us? Go ahead.
I would recommend that essentially you just reset it for the next meeting in December. We're still working out details. I have a meeting scheduled with a bunch of people from the county on Thursday. It doesn't appear that there's going to end up being a problem, but it's more complicated. It's more complicated for them than originally anticipated.
So we'll put it on the agenda for the 12th.
That is correct.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
And supported.
I guess we'll
By motion.
what's the proper motion to
To table it to
I
December
don't know
12th.
if it needs a motion because it's actually,
It's a placeholder, isn't it?
You would table it.
yeah,
Mr.
Move to
it's just
refer this item
paper for,
back to administration, refer it back to the
Back to the
administration.
administration for
yeah,
further
right.
review.
Consideration on December 15th.
All those in favor, and is there support?
Supported it.
Support.
Yes, all right.
All those in favor of the motion to refer this back to the administration and review it again on the agenda for the meeting on December 12th, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 9A, from Controller John Lobb, fiscal year 2016-2017 financial statement audit report.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilwoman Clayton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to concur with John Lobb, Controller, and move the City Council accept the audit report for the fiscal year 2016-2017 financial statement audit completed by Plant Moran is submitted in 9A.
Support.
Support by Councilman Musket. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 9B, from Treasurer John Riley, appointments to the General Government Pension Committee.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilwoman Horvath.
I move that the council appoint Vince McCary and John Riley, treasurer, to the General Government Pension Committee. Their terms expire on December 31st. This term will expire on December 31st, 2019, as outlined in 9B.
Support.
Support by Councilman Musket. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 9C, from Treasurer John Riley, appointments to the Central Wayne Sanitation Authority Board.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilwoman Clayton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Move to appoint John J. Riley II, our treasurer, as delegate to Central Wayne County Sanitation Authority Board, and appoint Mayor Dan Pletko as the alternate. Terms are to expire January 1st. Looks like it starts January 1st, 2018, expires December 31st, 2019, as submitted in 9C.
Second.
Second by Councilman Kozinski. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 9D, from Human Resources Director Elizabeth Sabota Perry, renewal of contract with Plant Moran Group Benefits Advisors.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilwoman Horvath.
I move that the council approve the contract between Plant Moran Group Benefits Advisors and the city for 1 year at the cost of $9,167.
Yeah, we caught that.
Yeah, Liz sent out an email with the correction.
With the correction. I forgot to bring it, as outlined in 9D.
Second.
But don't we have to say the amount, though?
Second by Councilwoman Clayton. Any discussion? Go ahead, Councilman Abella.
I don't have it in front of me here. It's on the email.
$9,167.
It's
The correct
correct?
number was 91.
Yeah, it was one extra, 19.1 in there.
9,167?
67, yes.
Councilman Kozinski.
And the actual payout will occur in quarterly segments, $27,500 each quarter. And it's in the body of the copy. It's not a monthly expense.
It's a quarterly expense?
It's a quarterly invoiced expense.
Well, it says per month.
Yes, but if you look at, for the second last paragraph, the service fees invoice to the city are quarterly statements of $27,500. That's the key expense that is allied to this service. It's paid quarterly.
Thank you, Councilman Kozinski. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 9E, from Public Service Administrator Bill Zimmer, 2017 paving improvements.
Mr. Chair,
Councilman Musket.
I move council concur with Director Zimmer in change order number 1, adjust the pay items for actual work performed, resulting in a decrease of $10,555.38 to the contract price, and also approve change order number 1 and payment certificate number 2 in the amount of $654,244.61. Payment certificate 2 includes a contract decrease reflected in change order 1, as outlined in 9E.
Thank you, Councilman Musket. Support by Councilman Kozinski. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it. The next item on the agenda from Police Chief Gavin, L3 Mobile Vision, Inc. service contract.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kozinski.
I also agree with Police Chief Gavin to purchase the LT3 MOB 125 equipment vision service contract in the amount of $8,028.
Second.
All detailed item 9B dated November 6, 2017.
Second.
Second by Councilman Abdullah. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 9G, also from Police Chief Lee Gavin, purchase of Input ACE program and 1 year of support.
Mr. Chair,
Councilman Musket.
I move council concur with Chief Gavin in the purchase of Input ACE program and 1 year support. The cost for this is $3,100 for the initial purchase. Additional years of support will be $795. The purchase will be paid from OWI forfeiture accounts.
Second.
As outlined in 9G.
Support by Councilman Abdullah. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 9H, from Police Chief Gavin.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilwoman Horvath.
I move that the council approve the purchase of 3 Black Handle Class 3 tasers, 3 XA PPM battery packs, 6 right holsters, 2 left holsters, and the shipping cost as outlined in 9H.
Second.
Second by Councilman Kozinski. Any discussion?
This item, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, this item will be purchased by Axon Enterprises. The total cost will be $3,616 and will be paid for out of the ammunition account.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please state aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 9I, from Police Chief Gavin, purchase of 9 Smith & Wesson full-size guns.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilwoman Clayton.
Move City Council concur with Police Chief Lee Gavin and approve the purchase and payment of the following: the 9 Smith & Wesson Model 11520 MP45. So these are full-size guns. Cost is $513.86 per gun. The total cost is $4,624.74. The purchase will come and be paid for by a Police Department Ammunition Fund and purchased from CMP as outlined in 9I.
Second by Councilman Kozinski. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? These ayes have it. Next item on the agenda, item 9J, also from Police Chief Gavin, purchase of 3 Dell laptop computers, 3 Logitech wireless mice, and 1 Home Office 365.
Mr. Chair?
Chairman?
Councilman Musket.
I move council approve the purchase of the 3 Dell Inspiron computers with logistic mice and 1 Office 365 home version. Cost will be paid from the JAG grant fund, $2,300 and $67.94, and $1,070.96 from the police department's contractual fund, as
Second.
outlined in 9J.
Second. Second by Councilman Abdullah. Any discussion?
Yeah, the police department just broke our
Cleaning us out.
our monthly allowance.
All the high-tech stuff. Those tasers, though, the tasers are, they
Mr. Chairman, maybe this is not real informative, but I found it informative anyway. Share it with you. There was a question at department head meeting as to whether or not when you have plural mouses for computers, whether it's mice or mouses. And we
mices.
found out that both are acceptable, so I just would share that with everybody.
I was going to comment on that, so
I questioned it when I was reading it, but
It's acceptable according to, I don't know, remember the source, but I've been told by good,
could be worse.
thank you.
Could be mousies.
Mouses. Any
Pixie and
further
Dixie.
discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 9K, from Emergency Management Director Robert Ancraft, disposal of equipment from the WDHT TV cable studio.
Mr. Chair,
Councilman Berry.
move City Council concur and authorize the disposal of several broken and obsolete items from the cable studio as outlined in 9K.
Second.
Second by Councilman Kozinski. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 9L, from Councilman Robert Constant, Plant Moran, proposed maximum fee summary.
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Kozinski.
I move council agree with application from Chair Constant and arrange for the Plant Moran to do the audit indicated in this communication as a fee schedule for the period 2018. All of the details listed in item 9L.
Support.
Support by Councilman Berry. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilwoman Clayton.
as per the correspondence, I just wanted to note and say thank you to Plant Moran for, again, providing a reduction in fees for this year for the corporate fund. Just to note and say thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 9M, from Police Chief Lee Gavin, purchase of 2018 Ford Interceptor Utility AWD and one Police Interceptor Sedan
Mr. Chairman?
AWD.
Oh, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, all-wheel drive, is that what that is?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Councilwoman Horvath.
I move that the council approve the purchase of 4 police Interceptor utility all-wheel drive and 1 Ford Police Interceptor sedan in the amount of, that's 4 utilities and 1 sedan in the amount of $134,527 as outlined in 9M. This money will be paid out of the capital fund in the budget.
Second.
Could we add payable upon delivery?
What?
Payable upon delivery, is that acceptable to add?
She asked, yeah, as outlined in 9M,
Yeah,
so.
whatever you say. You already blew the budget. Whatever you want to add on, who cares?
We had that at payable upon delivery. Thank you.
Mr. Chair? Councilman Musket. Councilman Musket.
Chief, the utility vehicles, was there an option of getting 4-wheel drive instead of all-wheel drive?
I don't think on the police package.
Okay, because I know the all-wheel drives waste gas like,
Yep.
and I know the sedan you won't have a choice, but I thought maybe if there was a choice with the the Explorers, that if you could get them four-wheel drive, but obviously you can't get them.
And we didn't get the bigger engine this time because we're having problems with them, so we're getting normal.
I saw the new engine, by the way, coming out in those. They got them, I saw them, matter of fact, yesterday. Another year.
Like the equivalent to the EcoBoost, or?
Oh, much better.
Okay.
Much better.
Wait till Tesla comes out with theirs.
Council Chair?
Yes.
Support on this motion?
Ray, were you the support?
No, he was the maker of the motion. Or-
Support.
No, Marge.
Marge was the,
Okay, all right, I'm sorry.
Marge was the maker.
Who was the support?
I don't know who seconded it.
Support. Abdullah.
Dave Abdullah was the support.
I stand corrected.
I just had a question.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please state aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda, item 11A from Councilwoman Lisa Hicks Clayton, resolution to oppose the permit modification, permit M1, 163, et cetera, regarding the injection of waste fluid underground. This is the Romulus Deep Injection Well Toxic Waste Storage Facility. Councilwoman Clayton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move the City Council adopt the resolution to oppose the permit modification. The permit numbers are listed there. They're Michigan 163, 1W C010 through C011. Those are the two permits that are requesting modification, and this is regarding the injection of waste and the potential liability of contamination to our water tables, and we want to protect our groundwater as submitted.
Support.
Support by Councilman Musket. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman?
Mayor Pletko?
There is a public hearing, I think, tomorrow night at the, it's like a recreation center in Romulus by the airport. Do you know where it's at?
I don't have the address. It's Romulus Athletic Center.
Yeah, I think it's on Wayne Road.
Yeah, so 5 North Line, I thought.
It's a newer facility, nice facility.
Yeah, if you go down Wayne, you can reach it, or I think Vinning Road also. It's kind of like, but it's, if you get to Eureka, you're too far, I think.
So, and thank you. I had that noted here, and I was waiting for open discussion. The public hearing time is 5:30 p.m., and so the meeting time is at 7 p.m. So I know I'm planning to attend and have resolution in hand. And this is really important conversation because we're talking about our water tables. We're talking about possible contamination, and we're talking about the Great Lakes, which is a natural resource which does so much for the region, for the, the area. And so we want to do what we can to do what's safe and responsible and try to reduce the risk of what they want to do is expand the capacities, what they're wanting to do. That is not proven and tested to be safe. Those are questions I think we all have a responsibility to ask to protect our water tables. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the resolution, please state aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. And the next item on our agenda, item 13A, business license renewal for West Financial Auto Sales Group, 5952 Telegraph Road.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilwoman Horvath.
The council approved the renewal application for West Financial Auto Group as outlined in 13A.
Second.
Second by Councilman Abdullah. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. That ends the regular business portion of our meeting. Any announcements from anybody at the table?
Mr. Chairman?
Councilwoman Clayton.
Thank you. I just have a question for an update for the administration regarding Ecorse Creek. I had a conversation with Mr. Paul Powell from the Army Corps of Engineers Detroit office today, and he had mentioned, just for follow-up, wanted to see how things are moving along or with the grant application, and of course we're all looking for a resolution for the Ecorse Creek and the flooding. He had mentioned that there's a snag with the grant application, something to do, he referred me to a 1980 requirement regarding flow rate that the Ecorse Creek did not meet that requirement, so therefore they're going to have to go back and look at a smaller project. So I wanted to see if there's an update, if there's anything that the administration might have on this item, since it was just brought to my attention.
We are, I don't want to overreact to that correspondence. Last week I met with Congressman Debbie Dingell's office, have asked them to investigate the status of it for us, but we have our attorney, Gary Miotke, Patrick McCulley, and Dan Brooks and I all met, and as soon as we have some factual, firm information, we're prepared to respond back to the council. I'm really looking to see the assessment from our Congresswoman before we react to the letter. It was something that was sent to a county representative. It was not shared with us for numerous time until the city inquired as to what the updated status was, and all of a sudden this letter appeared. And I don't know if either one of you want to add more.
Well, I think I can add this because it involved discussions, but I want to be careful about how much we end up getting into discussion in this outside of a closed session. There's certain things that should only be handled in closed session. But essentially what we have is a potential change in the interpretation of a rule in terms of the flow, where there had already been a decision back in 1988 which was inconsistent with that. So this is almost a new interpretation of an existing rule, and this is very problematic and from the standpoint of a reversal of a position that has taken place in Washington, not locally. And the individual you had spoken to, we've had communications with him and with county representatives who've been very helpful with regard to this, and we're trying to get some more verification. Then I think we'll probably be looking at coming into a closed session to discuss this.
The other thing I want to urge is please do not communicate with the parties. The Congresswoman has asked that let her contact these people, because if we start having a groundswell of contact, we think it would be detrimental to what we're trying to accomplish. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any other announcements?
Yes.
Councilwoman Horvath, our longtime good fellow, past president. And
I just want to remind everybody that the good fellow paper sale is this weekend. We don't take dollars anymore, we take fives.
Yeah, so you'll see
if I'm on
the
the corner and I recognize you, you better have a 5 out there.
That's just like Reverend Ike when he used to broadcast on TV. He said he didn't want to hear the jingle of the change. He wanted to hear the rustle of the dollar bill. So
they'll be out there from probably 8 o'clock till about 4 on Saturday.
So you'll see the good fellow volunteers out on the corners. Thank you. Thank you. Any other announcements from anybody at the table? Any other announcements? Hearing none, our library director, Mike McCafferty.
Why, hello everybody. Hello Council Chair and Mayor. Just wanted to announce the dates and times of Santa's visits this year. Santa will be making his way down from his busy work this holiday season to visit Carolyn Kennedy Library Monday, December 4th at 7 p.m. and John F. Kennedy Jr. Library Monday, December 18th at 6:30 p.m. He will be reading seasonal stories from his personal collection for all ages, and there will be plenty of time to take pictures following the event. That's all for now. Thanks for your time, and see you at the library.
Mike, thank you. Thank you. Recreation Director Kenneth P. Greibel.
Oh, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Next Tuesday, December 5th, is the city's annual tree lighting ceremony, and it's another big Santa event in Dearborn Heights. At 6:30, the Crestwood High School Jazz Band will be kicking off the festivities that evening, and then we have a hopeful arrival of Santa at 7 o'clock, and there'll be Christmas caroling and free refreshments in City Hall. So it's just a great community event, and we'd like to make sure everybody knows about it, and hopefully everybody will come out and join us. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcements?
Mr. Chairman, I want to indicate we have a past councilman in the audience, and it's good to see Roy Pilot. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Any other announcements? Hearing none, any residents want to come up and state your name and the street you live on?
Move to adjourn.
Support.
Support by Councilman Barry. Good evening, everyone.